What's going on, guys? We just got back from our Thanksgiving Day road trip up to Nashville, and I am going to get started on this manual swap. So I'm going to get started on this, and then I'll link some of the footage from our trip of the beautiful hillsides and mountains and everything else going from Florida up to Nashville, Tennessee, all through Chattanooga, Atlanta, and everything. All right, I'll do that right now.
Live it up, live it up, live it up.
After you get the car jacked up, the interior panel out, there's a few things that you need to disconnect. It's hard to see if it'll focus. There's a screw underneath the shifter. There's one on actually each side. There's a little collar like this. You just pull that down, twist it, and pull it down, and it'll expose the little screws on both sides. Get this front one, well, technically the back one, put it in, I put it all the way in the low, and then I used a screwdriver and got the front one, and then that pops right off. You got to cut the wire, which is this guy right here. And then to get this out, there's the, right here, there's a little bulb. You just twist and pull that out. Then you have the, I think this is traction control. Anyway, you got the traction control switch right here. To get that out, there's a little tab there and a little tab there, which go into this piece right there and right there. You just push on those a little bit with a pick or a flathead screwdriver, and that'll work itself out. And then next is to get the rest of the shifter assembly out, which is a good bit of stuff. I'm actually watching Ryan over here from his build when, I guess that's his wife helping him there. That was when he was I believe doing his cams and everything after he already had the motor in for a little bit. Anyway, Ryan's a good dude. Very useful show. A very useful channel, I should say. You can get a lot of information from watching him. Anyway, so I'm going to continue tearing this all apart, and I will continue to document. Alright guys, so once you remove the center console, you'll have couple bolts here that you need to take out. And then underneath the car, on the passenger side of the transmission, is a little pin that goes through there with a cotter pin in it. You simply take the cotter pin out, and then this whole entire assembly comes out. And there's the transmission. So now, drive shaft, exhaust and drive shaft, bell housing bolts, drain the fluid, and I should be able to drop her out. Well, torque converter bolts as well. Alright guys, well, it's out, flywheel's off. That happened. It's not bleeding bad, but it's deep. Let's see if I can get under here. Okay, so got a few issues. That's definitely leaking, and possibly this on the back, whatever the fuck that is, and definitely the valve covers are leaking. Got the tranny lines out, so the only thing left now is to start replacing this rear main and I guess get the new trans up in there. Well, I need to buy a clutch. Get the flywheel resurfaced, little shit like that first. But further along than it was yesterday. Out that the oil leak in the last, I don't know, video, because I'm obviously in different clothes. That plate on the back is the EGR plate, and I thought it was coming from there, but it's not. My valve covers are leaking so bad that it's running down all four sides of the engine. I had to replace the the oil seal in the distributor and the rotor on the distributor. But let's see, where's my phone? Use a flashlight here. If you can see, that's not even the half of it. But when you look down here, it's really hard to see. There you go. That is all valve covers. Even all that that shiny part of the engine down there, that's all from the valve covers. They're leaking that bad. I don't know if you can see the intake side. But yep, whole entire thing, it's all from the valve covers. So I'm going to take off the upper intake manifold, which is, I'm going to take off this piece, throttle body, and the intake, and start pulling the valve covers off. Alright, fun times. Alright guys, well, I got the intake off. That sucked. So now I just need to order the valve cover gaskets, do new spark plugs, and I'm going to clean all of that out. These valve cover bolts, the two back bolts, and the back nuts, all finger tight. So that's probably why it was pouring fluid out back there. This is back on and sealed and all good. I'm gonna get a new cap. I got a new rotor. I'm gonna do new plugs, new wires, valve cover gaskets, and that's pretty much it. Fortunately, the belt still looks good, and there's no nothing looks like it's leaking oil in there, because this would be soaked if it was, like it was on the Lexus when you guys saw I did that. Overall, I mean, it's just routine maintenance that was neglected and caused these issues. So I'm going to go ahead and knock all that out, and then that'll be it for this video. Not really much more. I got to order the clutch. I removed the brake pedal, so that's out, which that wasn't too bad. It's just really hard for someone that's 220 pounds, 5'11", to fit in there. So I'm going to get the new pedal here, new clutch here, and get this all going. Got the flywheel cleaned up too. It's not too bad. Yeah. So that'll be it for this one. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next video.